gonna do a quick stream. This one might be actually, I'm saying quick, but this is gonna be probably a bit longer because I am gonna reach another Allied Society level. So there's gonna be extra crafting. But yeah. So yeah, back at it again at Krispy Kreme. What are we doing? Allied Society stuff. I don't know, I just, after Friday, I'm just too empty because I tried a lot of things to get us back on point with JavaScript Bloodlines 2. Unfortunately, I couldn't. So we're a little stuck. What do I mean by stuck? Well, as it happens, the last cutscene. Something about that last cutscene. Not the cutscene, the loading screen. Something about it. I'm just stuck there. It's upsetting me. I tried a bunch of different suggestions on how to fix that, and I feel like nothing short of me clearing out my save is gonna bring us back on point, and that means I'm gonna have to start all over from the beginning. And as fun as that will be to do off stream and stuff, I feel like I should focus my stream on just completing the game, you know? I don't know, it's been quite a buggy mess. The Chinese room tried their best, but I don't know. So here I am instead, just doing outside stuff. Ah! Let's try again. Okay, much better. Okay, I really like that with this one. So yeah, we're gonna quickly do these as fast as we can before timer runs out. Navigar. Give me the stuff to craft, my man, my lady. I've been doing since realizing I couldn't get things done, I've been kind of burying myself in Final Fantasy 14 and doing stuff and things. Been helping some people on the server I'm on get some stuff and get some stuff. Got a real kind of tired by the end there. I don't know. I just it's no motivation at all. I am planning on what the next game is going to be on Friday because as things are, I can't continue with Bloodlines 2. So I'm thinking, until we got some kind of an update in the game that fixes things, I'm gonna focus on a new game. So what's gonna be the next game? Cyberpunk 2077 is the idea. I've been holding on to that one for about a year. About, not quite. I have it all up to date and everything. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm worried that it might just be my computer. I don't know. What if it is my computer? What if it's just the way things are right now with my computer? It's just, it's not that old. I got it around late 2020, early 2021. It's still a strong machine. But these crashes have been a pain in the ass. Off the moon. I was so excited too. I really was enjoying the game. I even said it in the last video that I was like, I really was having fun in the game. Like that reveal was pretty good, and it was set up so nicely with just how the characters were acting around each other and the flashbacks. Ah! Poor Chungus life. My poor vampire Chungus life. I would have been done with the game Friday. I was that close. Literally the last mission. My big choice. Everything. This is what we're doing now. Just try to clear my head. Never mind the completion anxiety, never mind. Just complete things and move on. Viper. Wait, did I? Don't. Okay. I don't know why I just associate this with being Doc Logan. Guess I'm a little stupid. I'm stupid. I forgot there are two things. Oh boy. You hear? Business is booming in Toronto Travel Agency. Thanks to you and the Hanu, we've been seeing stellar sales. And our new policies and training are all paying off. Not a single one of our customers has been accosted by fiends. And this to say they find the presence of their guides turned protectors thoroughly reassuring. Still, a few issues have come to light. First and foremost, our reach. So far, our tours have been limited to downstream Kozomolga, but many guests have expressed a desire to see the region's upper reaches. With that in mind, I contacted Mablu and asked her to gauge how receptive the Moblins might be to the whole tourism concept. We're about to hold a meeting to discuss the matter, and I'd love to have you join us. When you're ready, head to Zonohali's residence in Oakland. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's go. We've done this a few minutes earlier. We might have been able to get a lot more done, but oh well. The rush is ephemeral. By the way, how is the weather over there? It's been snowing since around lunchtime. There you are. The meeting will be held on the second floor. Irvinshire's Ready Rook will be joining us. I look forward to hearing about the post-Botswan's position tourists coming to visit. Malbus seems to think that artisans were enthusiasts. Still, I can't help but feel nervous. Another this is Ready Rook, Liplu, and Mrawan himself. Thank you for coming. Ready Rook, didn't know you were involved in Lucky Tour biz deals. How delightful it is to meet again. The peddler mentioned you proposed to bring tourists to Irvinshire, and we should be glad to welcome them with open arms. The Boston were very supportive too. That's fantastic, thank you. Though I have to ask, what if our customers distract your artisan from their work? I'd hate for this arrangement to negatively impact Irvinshire's trade. No need for worry frowns. Many Botswana themselves think contact with outsiders will provide fresh inspiration, and also contact with new people that they can just talk to and stuff. We are happy to guide walk visitors too. Until recently, many help hands were recovering from hurt fields, but the situation has greatly improved. Besides, it will bring more opportunities to sell crafty goods. Mobbies will make sure the bossworm can keep working unhindered, even during the lucky tours. It should indeed. Our wares are proving popular with the visitors to Akanu, and the proceeds have enriched the community. Everyone stands to benefit. It fills me with joy to hear stories of happiness spread through trade. Redding does have one question. The great stairs are still impassable as repairs are ongoing, so how will visitors reach Erfenshire? Lip and I have discussed the matter at length. We'll send them over on flying ponies. Wait, ponies fly now? And a handful of punity barges ply the water between upstream Kazuoka and Toyolo, but there's no direct route to the downstream region. The massive waterfall that lies between complicates matters. Traveling by boat, you have to head downstream, then join Kyatumu and double back. It's quite convoluted. But there's an alternative. For seldom used since the flight of Wingless was built, we Hano once imbued Pleiades with the gift of flight, enabling them to transport passengers over the falls. The method requires vast quantities of reeds, hence why we were able to employ it during the Rite of Succession, but this might be the perfect occasion to revive the old ways. Quick jump between the Erfenshire and downstream Kazuoka really recollects the sounds of that. Of course, we will need staff well versed in community care, which is why I have already reached out to some peacekeepers. Part of me balks at the idea of spending all that pel. But I will kill that part with the hunger for money. But my inner abacus assures me this is yet another worthwhile investment. There isn't a moment to lose. It's time to make airborne punity travel a reality once more. Let's go! I'm glad our plans for expansion look set to succeed. For their cooperation, I'll set to see to it that the Moblin and Honor partners get their fair share of the profits. But let's first ensure that there will be additional profits to share in the first place. We'll need a large effigy to channel our wind magic to the Pleiades, and for that we'll need plenty of reeds, not to mention reams of cloth stitched with enriched flight feathers. But you can leave the preparations for the latter to us, Hano. I have business in the capital, so I'll procure the Pleiades. Come to think of it, I have the Commissioner Wukivu to build an enclosure for them too. Which leaves the reeds. I realize this is a grump word, Growler, but permit me to entrust the harvest to you. Speak of Konohano. In the fields of gold, he'll point you in the right direction. Anyhow, I'd best be off. Let's reconvene later, hey? A notion of promotion? Let's grab this and let's do these. We're obviously not gonna get any tombstones from it, but we weren't gonna get any already, given our level. Well, Matt, Honey said you require some reeds. The plants nearby are ready to harvest. Feel free to take as much as you need. After all, we have you and your friends to thank for the bumper crop. You know, these days we've got plenty of visitors to the fields, so we even asked to help with the harvest. It's a joy to see, that's for sure. Anyway, it won't be long until the next evening, Hana. I hope you can join us again. How long have we been here? Ah, sorry. I should let you go to work instead of talking your ear off. Once you have what you need, deliver the wreath to little honey and Kusanuaki. A few months, rather than a full year. Sure. Honey. Hello there. I hear you might have some reads for me. Here you go. Five. I'm trying to figure out the term. 5 pounds. I wasn't expecting such a haul. Thank you. Together with the reads my fellow Mono have collected, we should have enough to construct the FG. The first step will be to try the reads with a little help from our wind magics. Once the FG itself is complete, all that will be left to do is swaddle it in special cloth. You didn't worry about the details though, we will see to the rest. Return to the travel agency in case they have need of you there. Okay, I believe you. Society. So. Ah, there you are. I just got back myself. The peacekeepers are on their way with the punities as we speak. Once the creatures are capable of flight, it will be a quick hop to Orphanshire. I'm planning to offer bespoke tours for customers wishing to purchase Botsworn craft straight from our source. Thankfully, Wukafu agreed to work on the enclosure. Once the effigy is finished, we will just need to wait for Zonhali to arrive. Awesome. There's our little guys. Hey, it's the Vundu music. Or Vindu? Divine wind, lay claim to the effigy. Grant these waterborne bound beasts the gift of light. They do look like whales from an angle. Up they go! Woohoo! Splash! Nice job, little guys. Thanks to the efforts of all the trolley travel agency is now replete with its own impunity enclosure and wind effigy. With the aid of the flight-imbued aquatic creatures, visitors may now experience the upper reaches of Kozamaluka. If the agency continues to broaden its horizon, it will need you to ensure the business keeps the pace. That is fun. Yippee. Okay, let's go get some stuff. Get that far over there. A couple more bills and I should have things ready. Now then, let's see what we got here. Little guys on the roofs. Hey, you. their guy gotta say. Okay. Five more. Let's head back down. So the way things are gonna be, I'm gonna unlock the first tier. Now, I'm not gonna do the additional ones that pop up for each of these, since I only have like 6 left. So it's just gonna be the base ones and the continuation of the story beat thingy. Nice shot, nice. No business like poop business. something very soothing about just doing this. Sitting around, flying on a mount with the tunes of the local area, just carrying about. I'm jealous of the warrior lights. The horrible things they have to go through, notwithstanding. They're never alone, and they don't seem to ever be bothered when they're not alone. I'm kind of an introvert. Like, I spend a lot of time in voice chats and stuff, but I barely say anything. It's just I don't have near the energy nor the idea of what to say to people. Let's complete these and do the next tier quest, and then let's do whatever we need to do. Doesn't matter if I do. Hubigo's return. Concern is written plain on Ravoja's face. The badge brewers have settled in nicely. Those pesky bugs are gone, and our next harvest is well on its way. Bees have been encroaching upon Goma recently, threatening our workers and trampling our crops. We've taken immediate action, of course. I asked Gotolja if he could develop some kind of repellent, like the two of you once did for wild wyvers. I was just about to go and pick up the prototype since you're here. Why don't you come along? Alrighty then. Let's get a prototype. My name is Alex Mercer. I'm dead. I'm Zeus. Blur. Doja has been incredible help. Not only does he manufacture our gardening equipment, he even fashions research tools for anger. Look at you! Didn't take you for a grafter, but here you are. Wow, now this is a pleasant surprise. You look well. I worked the old smoke bombs into traps that issue smoke for an extended period, allowing ample time for our farmers to flee if necessary. Here you go. These are only a stopgap. Able-bodied fighters patrolling the area would do a far better job for security if you ask me. That may be so, but we can't spare any of our workers. We have to try recruiting Mamuja who moved to Tolielo like me. Since you've got a knack for convincing people, I'd like you to join me. First up will be exaltation. To stop by when you have a moment. Okay. Yellow. Convivial civilian? I'm relieved to see you hell in the hole. We said you were returning to Momook. I didn't know what to think. Ah, you're here. We'll just get you up with an old friend. In fact, he was kind enough to direct me to Maruja, a fellow expatriate from Momook. Maruja works as a bodyguard, but as luck would have it, he's relaxing about Dawntrail tonight. Let's go and find him. To Dawntrail. This is my little Joe, one of the finest fighters I know. I hope you'll hear us out. Wow, aren't I popular today? Huh? Wait, I know you. You're the Dawn Server's right-hand man. Even you, Malucha? I had no idea Mrawa was such a celebrity. Celebrity doesn't begin to describe it. At least not among us mercenary types. To become a fighter like Mrawa, recognized by the Valve for Resolve herself, is a dream for no few of us. So, to what do I owe the honor, Revolja? I thought you'd gone back to Momook. I have, and I want you to return with me. Don't take this the wrong way, but even if Momook has changed, I still prefer the freedom of Tulilo to that dismal forest. Besides which, you can eat here. Truly eat. Now, Georgia's doesn't compare to what the city can offer. That's the whole point. We have more vegetables than ever, and we're still planning to add more. We're talking about Momook, yes? Aren't we? Maybe start at the beginning, Revolja. Did you mention the granary? Oh, that's right, he doesn't know yet. Let me explain. And so then, we got the... Huh. Now, color me impressed. A Momook that not only grows something other than the Jew, but works with outsiders to do so. Exactly. We need to protect what we've worked so hard to build. Won't you help us? Fine. Since you're disinvested, I'll go and give it a look. If I'm forced to eat even a single Jew, I'm out of there. Fair enough. Don't go my sight to behold, though. You won't forget this. Let's break this man's mind. What is Momook? Right, the beast. There's a bench bearer. I mean. Wahoo! Some of our crops are so young, but you have this much variety thriving so vigorously. It's a wellspring of hope. By the gods, there's another Joe in sight! Oh yeah, the Joe being grown elsewhere. Now I understand your excitement. It is an unprecedented achievement for Mamook. Isn't it? We need to shore up our defenses, and that's where you come in. What do your eyes see that mine don't? Weak defense for starters, you have supplies and tools for reinforcing them, I hope. The tools will take care of. Morale is a good gatherer, as you find. Any supplies we need, he'll produce. We'll procure. Then I'd have you bring us soft limestone for the new barriers. We should find some around ankle deep. We will prize the anchor of our plan. Once we have our supplies, you can deliver them directly to her. We're counting on you. Okay. Let's go deep. Let's go. Ankle deep. What is your favorite society questline? And this isn't a trick question. What is your favorite questline of the other societies? For me, I don't know. I think I've really been enjoying the Dawntrail ones the most. Just the whole thing with helping this nation find itself with a new means to develop food and to be able to stand on its own feet while also not shying away from working with others has been a great undertaking. Think that just a few short months from now we're gonna get our first taste of the next expansion. It feels like yesterday we just got here, right? And for some of you it's even like a day before because I only got the Dawntrail in like 2025 because I was living in Alt. Welcome back. I understand we're forcing defenses. Yep. Here's the limestone. Lovely. I believe this is precisely what Revolta is described. I hope a sturdy wall will solve our problems. I wonder, would the Revolta be considered the dandy or fop because he wears pink. I'm surprised by how many of Marilja's associates hearken to his call. Thanks to the patrols, our Gannery Reels feels safer than ever. Beasts should no longer trouble us, and come harvest time, we should have more than enough people to lend a hand. I'll admit, the glow of our yield surprised me at first, but closer inspection revealed that these plants mirror the show in their reaction to the etheric environment. Their appearance has no negative effects on nutrients or palatability. More Momoja expatriates have now gathered in Gokgorma to protect this precious bounty. Given the regularity of harvest, the space has been allocated for the trade of fresh produce. This can only bode well for the Momoja and their dietary repertoire. A healthy people is a happy people. I do have a thought. Are the expatriates coming back home like to stay and everything? Or are they just going back and forth now? Because they probably started lives back in Tuliolo. They might have like new families there. Just a thought I had. I think that some of them do come home to Mamuk, but some of them Lorraine. So what does that mean for the homes that they left behind again? I have a thought about that. What are the odds that they... I don't know. Maybe in 7.5, maybe somewhere during the 8.0, they introduce more housing. Ha! Hey, Striker! Yeah. 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 I was angry over that. Well, at the very least, on Friday, we're gonna be doing Cyberpunk. Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, I was thinking because, in the Gathering questline, a thing that happens is we're helping expand their farming, and a bunch of expatriates are coming home. The further deep we go in the story. So I'm thinking, what if this is kind of like a low-key setup for a future housing in Tuliolo? There's like plenty of space they could build that at too. Like, there's no way this is all of the cities we've seen like in the hub area. Here you go with your gear. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I can see a lot of use from the those huts that with the trees for like housing stuff, like how Mirror has at her place. But like maybe instead of like the typical trees that we know. It's like palm trees and everything. Then again, we still haven't gotten, we still also haven't gotten housing in the first and in Endwalker and Charlian. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get anything from there too. I can definitely picture a story in the first for unlocking it where it's like, hey, so we're rebuilding, we're expanding back to the old areas that we lost. We need people to settle down and start a trend. Yeah, that too. It'd be interesting if there's like some kind of a interconnected housing space where you can travel between the different spaces in space. The moon, Fina, Oasis. No, I don't know how viable Oasis is for like housing, cause look at the place. The moon, definitely. Fina, absolutely. Oasis? I don't know. It's funny to me that most crafting jobs use the glider/paladin animation for running and unsheathing the tools, the weapons. Ah, I see. Vulcan Day-to-Day is in Heaven's Ward. Right. At least Hoshfor and Sobro. Us, cursed with knowledge. Buried memories. Farafar will send someone into Warlord's Echo. Roa, what perfect timing. I was just about to make my way up to the mountain. Now that you're here, there's a small but vital task I will have to trust to you. Listening? You see, we're currently in the process of restoring a larder a Dawntrail used to store not only foodstuffs, but apparently also ceremonial offerings used during the pact. We found many different food items when we uncovered the ruins, but yet we have no way of knowing which were for eating and which were used as offerings. There is a merchant in Warlord's Echo by the name of Korbulur, with whom Dawntrail often had dealings. I thought perhaps he might know if any of the wares she traded for were used in the ritual. Likely something that's not very edible for rituals. I would send one of our own to seek him out, but every pair of hands is busy clearing out the remaining snow. I was just about to join him, in fact. Dawntrail's living sepulchre has yet to be found, after all. That leaves you to speak with the merchant on our behalf. Much less laborious task than the one that awaits me, I promise. Can you do this for us? Yeah, sure. I'm on my way, thus. Thank you, Mroa. Remember, the merchant's name is Korbulur. I hope his knowledge can aid us. Of course. Well then, lads, let's fly off. That's Miss Korbulur. Wahoo! Yaha! Washoy! 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 Korbulur? Dawntrail from the mountain. Ah, yes, I remember her. We would trade on occasion, though she never mentioned this pact you speak of. Thinking back, however, it does shine a new light on one particular aspect of our dealings. To explain? As I recall, she would usually ask for an assortment of dried meats and seasonings, the type of food that would last. Such challenges would be difficult to come by in those snowy peaks. Makes sense if she stays there a long time. Nothing peculiar about that, to be sure, but the tender she used was unusual, you see. She traded me corn, and corn seeds, which she claimed to grow herself. Quite a strange crop for such a frigid climate, right? Well, she said it was a singular type bred over generations to withstand the freezing weather. Of course, I couldn't deny such an uncommon opportunity. But I took one bite of the corn and I regretted my choice straight away. Ha! No, not like the Ekerlof. Not again! Still, I figured I could sell as a feed to process it into something usable. So I accepted her produce whenever she visited. Dawntrail seemed to have a hard life up on the mountain, so I was happy to provide her with what she needed. One time I suggested that growing something else besides inedible corn might solve her food problems. What do you think she said to that? She said, "My order. Took great care in cultivating it to match the taste of our dear friends." Considering she lived alone, I wasn't quite sure what she meant, but she was so earnest in her answer, I decided to not press further. But now the pieces are falling into place. I gather this corn has something to do with your ritual. Perhaps yes. If it was corn that we can't eat, it's something for them. You know, I've been wanting to meet Farafar and her Hands of Sigurte for some time. Allow me to accompany you up the mountain. Word of work being done Zurkorte has reached us here in Warlord's Echo, and I've wondered how I could contribute. Now's my chance to find out. It looks so weird without seeing his ears. I love the flat cap, but the ears, man, come on! That's like 50% of his personality. Oh, right. Striker, you there? Is that a friend of yours, Marla? I admit I was quite surprised that when I sighted Corporal Lure emerged from the passage. Still, he is more than welcome, and I have let him know about the challenges we face. There you are, Marla. Farafar has been here might be young, but she takes to leading naturally. I'm impressed by how much progress everyone's made so far. Most of the others are resting now, but Farafar had us clearing the snow all day long. I can barely lift my arms. A hard day's work deserves a hearty reward, wouldn't you agree? I'll treat you to some of my most delicious wares when it is done.
Yay! He is so happy. Yay!
By the way, Farafar, do you have any insight as to what Dawntrail was referring to before? Those dear friends she and the others grew the corn for? She must have meant the snow spirits. The corn must have been a crucial part of the ritual. Given that it was grown and harvested among the snow, it makes sense that the spirits would have a taste for it. I suppose the larder housed the healthy stock of the crop. Even so, I fail to see how anyone, spirits or no, could eat that stuff. Perhaps the caretakers processed it somehow before making it an offering? Wait a tick. Without knowing their techniques, however, growing it now may not be the wisest path. As it so happens, you have a culinarian among you. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I've been meaning to mention the large stone we found buried under the snow. The carvings were quite distinct. Are you saying you found a sepulchre? 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 Dawntrail's living sepulchre? If it is indeed the stone we've been searching for, then it should hold all the answers we need. The way forward is clear. We finished shoveling the rest of snow. If only it were so simple. The snow around the stone is frozen solid. Maybe ice picks could help us free it. With tools like that, we risk damaging the stone and thus losing forever the precious stories carved into it. As of now, we lack the means to remove it clearly from ice. Marla, could you return with me to shelter? The tools we need require a deft hand to craft, and I cannot make them alone. Of course. Shall we then, though? Much appreciated. The latter focus be on seeing the sepulchre safely rescued. In the meantime, they should continue their work on the larder. Remember to give yourselves time to rest every once in a while, though. At least she told him to find some rest. my intuition is correct, Dawntrail's sepulture will contain details of the offering, and while I would like it uncovered as quickly as possible, the task must be attended to with care. Which is why I would entrust to no one else with crafting the tools we require. You're not one to disappoint after all. We require a fluid that will help us maintain a constant temperature around the stone. Fear drastic fluctuations may cause it to crack and damage. Can I trust you to make it for us? Wolvertar will keep you stocked with all the supplies you need. Good luck, Rawa, though. No, you need it not. Alrighty then. Let's make some barbecue sauce. There we go. Let me just fix my armor. I'm still operating with level 90 gear. 90 gear. Because unfortunately, the level 100 stuff is in 7.1. We finished already. Good work. Good. May I have a look? Here you go. As I said, you do not disappoint. They will certainly help us free the sepulchre from the stubborn ice. With work on the larder going well, our goal feels so close at hand. The rush out long to the end, but I know haste will only set us back. No rushing. No rushing. Beautiful is it not? Despite his age, Corporal may have hauled more snow than the rest of us combined. He was that excited to work, was he? Having a place to store our daily foodstuffs will certainly make our lives easier. Of course, we also intend to devote space to the cold-resistant corn after we get grown and harvested it. I hear the others have already found a plot for cornfields, so the larder may become crowded soon enough. I don't know if we can figure out exactly how the plant fits into the ritual. I have missed you, Dawntrail. Although it may take time, I promise to read every single word you left us. I always enjoyed the wisdom and wit of your conversation, and I have been blessed to speak with you again. Nothing could make me happier. Deciphering the story of Dawntrail and the spirits will take time, so please be patient. It seems we must consult the surrounding stonework to glean its whole meaning. Of course. Take your time. The high larder has been restored, giving the Yokuui a place to store their food. Dawntrail's living sepulchre may hold secrets to their pact, but there is yet work to be done until it is deciphered. Meanwhile, in Garlemald, I'm just kidding. There we go. Respected. And we're back out. Okay. Wind up Yakui. That we are essentially done for today. Tomorrow we'll continue with more side content in Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. As for Friday, well, Vampire is postponed indefinitely until we figure out, or at least to get a better, I don't know, we'll see. Until things set themselves out. I will instead start my foray into Cyberpunk 2077. Which path we're gonna take? Nomad? Corpo? Street Kid? What build? What choices? What ending? That's gonna be that when that happens. Until then, this is Kaiju-Z wishing everyone a safe and easy morning, midday, and evening. Have a safe one!